king of Rohan has fled Edoras in fear. The peasants of Rohan shall not escape.
Oh, look at that. We actually get to do something that's vaguely like a story mission. Before we attack the Helm's Deep, we need to attack Edoras.
Edoras has for ages been the seat of Rohan's kings. This city of wood shall soon lie in ashes.
Destroy any horseman camps that oppose us! Crush the defenders of their city! Leave no building standing inside Edoras. Halt, you maggots! Make camp here!
Wouldn't it be great if you could bring all those bombs from Helm's Deep here? Well, too bad. Until we get Helm's Deep taken care of, we cannot actually build any bombs. Bit annoying, but what can you do?
Our time has come. Victory is at hand.
Right, pick up all of your guys, and I do recommend having a proper full army for this one. And have a nice cleanup around the fields here. Go for this one here first, since it will also act as a buffer for any assholes that try to approach from the city itself. And the other one can be used as a resource mule. Where is Saruman anyway? Oh, here he is. What the fuck is he doing back there? In any case, Edoras is a fairly long mission because you need to build up your forces and break into the town, which can be a bit tough, but it's doable, depending on how lucky you are and how good you are at keeping all of your elite units alive before you need to refresh them. You might be able to do this faster than usual, but don't be surprised if this takes you about half an hour to complete either way. This does take a while to go through, since you do need to destroy pretty much everything that's in here. And Rohirrim will give you a hard time, especially if they have any of the upgraded varieties going out into the field to harass you. Fuck those guys in particular. These guys too. The peasants with the glowy swords need to die as well. They can be pretty annoying. I'm not sure if this is still valid, but destroying the peasant buildings should be able to give you some extra money. We'll be able to see that in just a moment. Oh yeah, it's still valid. This was a thing you could do in the Gap of Rohan side mission actually, where if you found some of the refugee camps, you could blow them up to get some easy money to help you speed up the mission. Oh, don't leave this camp behind, by the way. I think the enemy is able to capture it back. But it also makes no sense for you to have it just sit here like this. With that in mind, you no longer need this outpost to have an Uruk pit, since it's no longer a problem to just keep it nice and safe. With your money, I do recommend building some towers right ahead. And of course, some additional resource making stuff. Just reinforce the position so that you don't get ruined too easily.
Come to me, my cousin. Over here!
Where are you going? I told you to go that way. Stupid, stupid bastard. Anyway. Make the trees be gone. What do we have to do? Loot the treasures of the dead kings. Ah, this can be done here at these barrows. Pretty easy stuff. You just need to walk up to the place with your army, which can be a bit annoying to do, all things considered, but don't worry about it. He just used the healing power on the archers? Come on. Where's Saruman that I need him to shoot a fireball? God damn it. My recommendation also not to stand too close to the walls because most of them have towers built onto them. Getting rid of them safely with the ballistas is a good idea. But if you feel like it, you could just wreck them with your army. They are destructible with regular arrows, which is the beginning of a beautiful tradition of making no bloody sense how an arrow can just break down a building. I mean, yes, of course, it's a fire arrow, but even regular arrows can break and damage the wooden towers, which makes even less sense. Well, I suppose you could always just say it's a fantasy game and just call it a day, but that's a very cheap excuse. Since my guys are too dumb to walk around the safe path, I'll just have to blow up some of these towers right away. And as you can see, they break down just fine with the fire arrows, and pretty quickly too. Regular arrows would take some extra time, but, you know, they still break, which is my point entirely. Arrows shouldn't be able to break down a building, but they do. Now, as long as you have your camp secured with towers, you shouldn't have to worry about getting attacked by rogue armies. If anything, the only source of rogueness that you might encounter around here right now is this camp here, which is building up some turrets, and I should probably hurry up before we get too many, else it's gonna be really annoying. Plus Saruman is getting pelted, so that's not a good sign. Come on, shoot the damn tower. Here we go. I don't know why these guys take so long to position themselves. Sometimes we're right in front of a target and they still have the need to position themselves properly. Just shoot the fucking crossbows already, okay? This ritual of positioning yourself is really not necessary. Ah, a statue. These guys are stupid. Good guys can build these heroic statues, which I think improve the morale of nearby units, making them hurt a little harder, and I think it also makes heroes cheaper. But overall, it is kind of a money sink, and it's generally not worth building it. Heroes cost a lot of money anyway, so what's the point? Just save up for a decent army instead. Then, once you're in the heat of battle and you're blowing shit up, you can just build a hero on the side. You don't need to go out of your way to do such silly things. Right, here it should be nice and fine. And this field now, outside of Edoras, is ours for the taking. Which makes this mission entirely too easy now, but also entirely a bit too long. Because, sure, you have this entire field for yourself, like half the map is now yours. And the enemy can't really do anything about it. I'm gonna tell him to do an attack move. Just to make sure we don't get killed too easily. Oh, of course, they decide to attack my base while I'm away. Cowards. Anyway. With the second base here now, you can build up more resources, and I recommend having the last two spots for the siege works and temporarily for the armory. Since you don't need to keep the armory intact for the upgrades, just blow it up once you bought everything and you're good to go. You only need it to make sure that you can buy the upgrades in the first place, which is easy. Just save up the money, purchase the upgrades, and once you got all of the things you need, break down the building, get some money back, and you can build something better on its place, like another resource gathering spot. The siege works may be necessary because the AI in this mission is a bit smarter. It tends not to keep the gates open the entire time. I know in some missions, like just before this one in the Gap of Rohan, for some reason the AI just gets retarded and it decides that it needs to keep the gates open the entire time. For fuck's sake, Saruman, what's wrong with you? But yeah, the AI just decides, I'll keep the gates open the entire time so you can just walk your army inside. I don't understand why it does that, but I think it's just some random glitch maybe? It's hard to tell. Anyway, walk up to a grave with any unit. Okay. This probably needs a bit more than just a Saruman. We'll need just a moment. Man, we got a lot of archers here parked on this fucking wall. Oh, you may notice that I bought the Eye of Sauron power. Well, I needed it. It's not particularly useful. It's like a controllable, smaller variant of the Palantir, where you can see shit with it, and you can even power up the units with it, as long as the eye is pointing down on them. The thing is, it's not particularly great. Sure, it says 50 damage, 100 experience, and 50 armor, but I find that this usually doesn't translate to a whole lot of anything. We can show it off as a demonstration. You get this field of effect here, which you can control at will. Hey, what the fuck? Where are you going? Son of a bitch! You know, whatever. They're gonna get killed either way. But yeah, you have this field of effect here that you can control. It only lasts for so long, but it's something. You can use it to detect hidden enemies as well. It's pretty neat if you're looking for something. But that's about the extent of it. That extra boost to your attack and armor isn't really all that great. It helps in a pinch though, and you can stack it with the War Chant and the Palantir. So you can get a fuckload of extra boosts that way, but individually it's not particularly useful. Ah, here we go. So you just need to bring your army over to these graves here, and you get your money. And the barrows get corrupted as well as a result, because you're feeding shit. But hey, money is money. I don't care where it comes from, as long as I get it. Alright, so my resource pool is pretty big. I can make some stuff. In particular, I'll be making just one of the battering rams, because I don't really need anything more. You need something to be able to break through the gates here, and the battering ram does the job just fine. A ballista can do it from a farther away distance, and thus not triggering any of the archers here. It will probably trigger the rangers because they have much greater attack range, but that's about the extent of it. And anyway, you just make your upgrades, you make your battery ram, and you bring everyone over to the meetup. Do make sure not to bring your battering ram through the enemy's defenses, because, well, that would just be stupid. And the battering ram is gonna get killed along the way. And you kind of want it. You want it to break shit with. These guys are being annoying, aren't they? Who are you calling a beast? Yeah, here we go. The battering ram is coming in. We're gonna ram some shit. We're gonna batter some ram. And once you break inside Edoras, it's a whole new thing entirely. You just need to go methodically through the city and break down every single building in here. Wait a minute, didn't the cutscene show a lot more people inside this place? It's like the entire army right there. There's nothing there. Oh, the cutscene lies once again. Let's see how it is. Now that was rude. You didn't need to call him filthy. Oh, I didn't realize I had this other group here. Alright, here we go. We got some boys breaking down the gate. The really annoying bit about breaking into Edoras is that they keep sending archers every fucking time they can. And they keep being annoying, they keep climbing up the walls, they have all the upgrades, so they're not that easy to kill off. It's gonna take a bit of effort to get through. But once you finally break through the gate, you can prevent new archers from hopping on, and they will stop being an issue. Saruman, please don't... God damn it. Oh, here's Eowyn. Fucking Saruman, I swear, he's like the shittest character when it comes to fighting Rohirrim. But he is a pretty good hero, and I do like him. So I'm gonna make him again. I'm gonna spend some of my hard-earned cash. Now you may be wondering, is this all I can do with the battering ram? Well, no, actually, you can do more. The battering ram is an effective siege weapon for a reason. You can use it for more than just breaking down walls and stuff. You can break down buildings with it too. Something which I do recommend doing as a side project for your battering ram. Because it's just gonna be sitting there doing nothing at all. You might as well make the most out of it. So while you're blowing shit up here with your main army, the battering ram is enjoying a nice sideshow of breaking shit down with yours truly. Break down the turrets, by the way. They will be annoying. They're just breaking down your units for no fucking reason. And if you're thinking, should I break down the farms right away? Yes, because they produce the peasant. The less buildings there are in Edoras, the less there are of annoying asshole enemies trying to fuck you up. Eventually your battering ram should get killed, like mine just did, because it got destroyed by this tower over here shooting up. I guess the archers there have some really amazing aim or something. But yeah, they got destroyed. My army is also getting destroyed, but that's why you build the extras behind the scenes. Where's Saruman? Oh, he's almost there. Okay. Should be coming in to help us out soon. Come over here. So just keep breaking shit down, slowly but surely. Prioritize on the stables really, because the stables are your biggest threat. Archers are not that big of a deal against your crossbows, especially if you have the heavy armor. But the stables will keep screwing you over. Look, the yeoman had to walk up right in front of me just to be able to start shooting. The pathfinding here can be a true miracle of life sometimes. So the priority list for the targets really is the stables. Well, the towers would be the first one, all things considered, because they're the active threat. Then the stables, then the archery ranges, then the farms. And of course you choose your priority target from there based on opportunity. If the farm is right in front of you and the stable is so far away, well of course you're gonna break down the farm first. Because fuck the farm. It's building up units behind you, being annoying. You don't want that shit. Nobody fucking asked for it. There's another stable. That stable has to go. Come on. There we go. That's so much better. Less stables means less Rohirrim. Less Rohirrim means less wasting money on rebuilding your fucking army. And you don't have to worry about buildings being rebuilt, because oddly enough, this does not have any build spots. All the buildings have been pre-built for your inconvenience. Fucking elves. Let's break this down, because it's right here. Archery ranges at max level can shoot back. This can be annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. Your elite army should be able to handle it just fine. Holy shit, you see the arc this bowman is shooting at? How does he even see you? I think he's got like aimbot or something. Breaking down the peasant buildings, as always, brings you more money. I know the army can't get any bigger, but I keep making more, because I need more. Heck, god damn it. I keep forgetting that it's not left click to do the attack move, but it's so annoying because I want it to be left click. Left click is the more convenient function for me. Oh, I see you decided to attack this archery range that I was planning on attacking earlier. Good, 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 good. Destroy it. I don't like it. Yes, even the dead trees count as resources for devastation, and they cost about the same amount as normal trees as far as I can remember. I don't think there's any difference between the different type of tree that you can cut down. It's just that bigger trees probably yield more money. This is some kind of useless data that I wouldn't really go out of my way to look out for. You're not gonna win the mission right away if you break down the golden hole. After all, the mission is to destroy all of the buildings. But I don't think it actually does anything now that I think about it. Like, normally the golden hole on this map, because I think it appears in the skirmish mode of either one of the Battle for Middle-earth games, it counts as the main stronghold of any camp. Well, there are some build spots, I guess. Whatever. But yeah, it counts as the main stronghold, so if you blow it up, it technically counts as destroying the strongholds, which means no more buildings can be built until the stronghold is rebuilt. But it doesn't really matter in this case, because as you can see, when the stronghold was destroyed, so were the hotspots for building new buildings. That probably is because I already broke down those buildings associated with the hotspots, but there's still other houses around here, which are pre-built and predefined to be on the enemy's team. So you still need to break them in order to beat the mission. You essentially have to break down all of the enemy buildings that are useful. The peasant houses apparently don't count. That's pretty interesting when you think about it. Peasants are disrespected in this universe. That's nice, a Warg Rider. You can't actually build Warg Riders yet. I think so, at least. I didn't see the option. Total victory. But wait, kill Eowyn is a bonus objective? What do you mean? She walks up to your army, then you break through the gate. It's not exactly a bonus if it's right in your face. And I think bonus, I think you have to go out of your way to do this.
Spell of darkness, one village at a time.
Ah, fuck, I gotta do more side quests now. But these are not bad, because Vestfold gives you more resource income, and Dunharrow gives you more fate points and more command points. Speaking of which, I only need one more power point to be able to buy the Scavenger ability, which, well, it's just fucking fantastic. Wait, this is Act 8, and Helm's Deep is Act 10. So where is Act 9? And why are the side missions called acts? Oh no, don't tell me. Ah, thank fuck, this is Act 11, so this is after Helm's Deep. Oh. I was getting worried. Yeah, where is Act 9 in this case? Is maybe one of these will become Act 9? Whatever, I'm gonna get Vestfold. But as is the case, this is a side mission, so we'll be skipping out on this one. Until we get to, well, Helm's Deep at least. And that's where we're gonna cut the session. So, I'll be right back.